You could be clever, you could be talented, you could be disciplined, but it's difficult to go far in life if you lack presence and are easily forgettable. You need to be a memorable person to secure your dream job, start a business, or meet a lifelong partner. So this video will show you exactly how to be unforgettable. If you're new here, then hello, welcome. My name is Kavi. I've had experience in the wealth management division of a global bank where I've been surrounded by people with some of the best social skills in the world. I'm going to use this experience to go straight into 4 secrets to being unforgettable and leaving a lasting impression on anyone. The first tip to being unforgettable is to be first. What I mean by this is when you're at a party, a work event, a dinner, basically just anywhere where there's people, you need to be the first person to introduce yourself to others. For example, last weekend I went to a Gen Z networking event and I'll be honest, I felt a bit awkward because I didn't know a single person in the room. It was the first time I'd ever gone to one of these events, but I literally just went up to random people and said, hey, nice to meet you. My name's Kavi. I don't think we've met before. What's your name? And yes, while it can feel awkward, the benefit of introducing yourself first is it shows that you're a confident person. You know, chances are that person who you introduced yourself to, they could have introduced themselves to you, but for whatever reason, maybe they didn't have the confidence to do that. So the fact that you've come along, you've introduced yourself shows a level of confidence, and therefore you're more likely to leave an impression and to be unforgettable. The second tip to leave an impression and to be unforgettable is to wear unique clothing. If you want to be remembered when you're going out, it really helps if you can wear bright colors or maybe just accessories like a scarf, a watch, or just colored socks. For example, I'm not someone who's really into fashion that much. It's not really a huge interest of mine if I'm honest, but in the past when I've gone out, I've worn floral blazers, gold jackets, and just robes, just random stuff. And I'll be honest, a big reason why I've done that sometimes is just to stand out. So the benefit for you if you wear unique clothing is that you're more likely to stand out, to leave an impression, and also you're probably going to feel more confident as well when you're wearing nice clothes that make you look good, which is going to make you more of a personality when you're out, which again will help you to leave an impression. Tip number 3 to being unforgettable is about authenticity. Now I know terms like being authentic, being genuine, being yourself can be quite wishy-washy, like what does that actually mean? But for me, being authentic is about being honest with what you think, what you've done, and how you feel. For example, we've all been there before when someone says to you, oh, do you know this rapper, or do you know this place? And you're just like, yeah, I think I've heard of it. I think I know that person or that place, but actually you're lying. Like you have no clue. And you're just saying that just to, you know, make them like you or whatever. But being authentic is about actually just being honest with what you think, how you feel, what you've done. So in those scenarios, maybe you just would be honest and say to them, no, I don't like that rapper, or no, I've never been to that place. And I think being inauthentic is actually a trap that so many people fall into when they're trying to leave an impression, because, you know, you're trying to hype yourself up and show the other person, yeah, I'm cool, I've done this, I've done that. And that can actually lead to you being completely inauthentic. But people are way smarter than they're given credit for, and they can actually see straight through you if you're being fake. So if you're trying to leave an impression, you're actually better off just being authentic, because then people feel comfortable to be around you, they can relate to you much more, and you're more likely to therefore be unforgettable. Tip number 4 to leaving an impression and being unforgettable is to be present. What I mean by being present is just to listen to every single word that a person says to you. Like I'm sure you've been in a conversation before where the person's maybe just been scrolling on their phone, or maybe they're staring at you, but you can tell that the lights in here aren't really switched on and they're thinking about something else. That's the complete opposite of being present. When you're being present, you want to have the mindset that you're going to get £1 million if you're able to repeat back every single word that the person has just said to you. Being present is really powerful because people sometimes think that to leave an impression, you need to say something cool or make the other person laugh. But actually, you can leave an impression on someone by saying very few words. Just by getting them to talk about things that they're interested in and making them feel heard is a great way to be unforgettable. I want to end by encouraging you to take action right now and to think which of these points resonated with you most out of being first, wearing unique clothing, authenticity, and being present. Then think to yourself, when's the next time you're going to see people? Maybe it's a party or at work, and just promise to yourself that you're going to apply one of these tips to leave a lasting impression. If you're able to take on just one of these tips, you're more likely to have success in whatever you want, whether that's with money, relationships, or happiness.